Hello again. Back in May, about 4 months ago, made a video about Megatron. That's a storm drain that goes underneath the streets of Sheffield. I covered about 90% of it, but I couldn't do the last bit, which is the outlet that goes out into the Don, because the water was too deep to wade. The only way you're going to get down there is in a boat. Anyway, this video is about that last 200 or 300 meters. As you can see, I'm pretty loaded up. Got my camera gear on the front, that's sealed in waterproof bags. On my back, I've got a dinghy, not that you'd ever guess that. Got my walking pole, so I'm all set to go. Now, you could say there is an element of risk. Like with any underground explore, there is an element of risk. But to me, that's the exciting part. But I've got a life jacket on, buoyancy aid. I've also got a wetsuit. But I feel perfectly safe and have no intention of going in the water at all, apart from wading. I'm eager to get started because I do keep getting some funny looks. So we're going to start this explore underneath the railway station in the culvert that leads to Megatron. We've got about a half a mile an hour. We've got about half a mile walk, and that will get us to the Megatron Cathedral, where we enter the deep bit, and that will be the time to get the dinghy inflated and do a bit of paddling. So I'll see you underneath the Midland station. See you in a bit. Underneath the railway station now, just at one of the little waterfalls. Anyway, I'm not going to hang about round here, as the part we're interested in is down at Megatron itself. That's about 25-30 minutes walk under the streets of Sheffield. So I'm going to head off down there and I'll talk to you when we get down there. And we just about to arrive at the Megatron Chamber. Beautiful brickwork, bit of light painting needed to show that up properly. Should just be able to see the outlet in the distance there. So this is the Megatron Chamber, and as you can see, my torch isn't powerful enough to light it up. And this is the small part. It's 3 times bigger down there where the cathedral roof is. So this is when I've got to resort to still photography really to get any pictures. After about half a mile, following the 3 culverts, we come out into this great big chamber. Wow! This is the Megatron Chamber. Look at the size of it. I've been down here probably about 10 times now. But each time I see it, I just can't believe the size of it. And to think, this is underneath Commercial Street in Sheffield and the old market area. Absolutely awesome. Wow, look at the size of that. You can see it in my torchlight. What an awesome sight. Time to get the dinghy inflated now. It last saw action in the Mediterranean Sea on a family holiday about 12 years ago. Hopefully the PVC does not deteriorate too much. It's been stored in the loft, so hopefully it's in pretty good condition. And there she is, all inflated and ready to go on a voyage of discovery to the deep end of Megatron. Now I do know that there is a weir down at the far end. Don't know how big it is, but if it's pretty small, I'm hoping like a couple of foot, I'm going to climb down it and hopefully get out the other end. But just in case, all necessary safety precautions have been taken. I have here a house brick tied to the end of a 10-metre length of rope. That is going to act as my anchor and stop me from going over the weir if it's bigger than I thought it was. Just moved out into a bit deeper water now. It's only a couple of foot deep. I'm just going to test my anchor. Well, that's definitely holding me. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I've got the anchor down and I can't move the boat, so it's good. Yeah, that's safe. That's going to hold me no matter what. I'm underneath the cathedral arch now. It's still only a couple of feet deep. I have actually waded down here, so I have been down here in my waders before. Just about to leave the cathedral area now and enter the deep bit. This is about as far as I've waded before. Look at them beautiful reflections off the concrete roof. I know you can't see them, but there's bats skimming the surface all the time. I can see them in my torchlight. I'm further down the deep part now, and the water is about 5 foot deep. Feel quite close to the roof as well. It's also changed in construction, as you can see. I must admit, at times like this, thoughts of could an alligator or a crocodile survive in the conditions like this? I wonder that every time a log floats by. Scary. We're approaching the top of the weir now. I've just edged my way down. It's certainly a lot bigger than I thought. I reckon that's about a 6 to 8 foot drop. No way am I going to climb down there. If you look, you can see the light from the outlet and also the bottom of the weir. Quite a way down there. Right on the edge of the weir now. This is as close as I can get. The anchor's working a treat. I just give it a yank and it lets me move a bit further down. I'm not going any nearer though. You can see everything I want from here. I can see the bottom of the weir and I can see the outlet itself. But it's far too steep to climb, so I'm not going to climb down there. Certainly got a lot of adrenaline pumping around my body at the moment. I'm going to have a paddle round here now. Probably head back in a bit, but there's quite a lot to see. These reflections look great. So going to have a paddle around, practice a bit of my oarsmanship, I reckon. Back on dry land now. I've left the boat moored up there. I'll sort some of my gear out. I can't believe I've just paddled all the way down there. Unbelievable. Sometimes you've just got to push yourself to your limit. I was a bit wary, but I thought, I've come this far, I've got to do it, I've got to do it. I can't go back and thinking, I chickened out, I never did it. So yeah, a real adventure that, and I'm glad I did it. Fantastic. Not the ideal conditions to be filming under. It's very difficult down here in the dark. Now that is the reason why most of the pictures I've taken are still photographs. I've either taken them with an electronic flash, messed around with different time delays, light painting, which gives fantastic results. I can't believe how fantastic those pictures come out with light painting. And then the other method I've used is my homemade Flashgun, which I have here. Now this is based on, do you remember the 1950s press photographers? Massive big gun they used to hold at the side of them. It's based on that basically. That's where this Graflex flash pan came from. On eBay, they sell a vintage flash gun. It could be a few £100. They're after the bottom part, and I think they make lightsabers out of them for Star Trek. If I got that right. The flash pans nobody's bothered about. I got that one for 15 quid on eBay. It was from America, and it probably cost me that much in postage to have it shipped over. So you've got your flash pan. I got a piece of aluminium tubing. The top of it I've got glued in Edison light bulb. Underneath I put a plug in, threaded it to take a tripod screw thread. Got this box mounted on the front. That's basically got in a switch and a 9-volt battery. I've also got a remote control in there, so this gun I can fire off remotely, 50, 100 metres, whatever I want. I've got another one I made, it's smaller and it's just got a switch on the side. So you can hold it in front of you, trigger it off, and it camera mounted behind you. It gives fantastic silhouette shots. Now the bulbs. These are called Mega Flash bulbs. They're a modern take on an old-fashioned bulb. You can't get the old ones very much. So this is an Irish company, Mega Flash. The only drawback, the cost. They're about £10 each, and there's a massive minimum order. I did find somewhere in London where you could buy individual bulbs. I bought about 10 of them. It would cost me 100 quid for 10. But it's worth it just to get a few extra pictures. I've used about 3 of them down here, and I've none left now. So that's the bulb in place. Now the output from that bulb is about 110,000 lumens. It'll light this place up very easy. I sort of discovered them when I was reading about cave photography, and they're used for cave photography a lot. But yeah, they do give good results, and it's just interesting messing with something different. Anyway, I think we can say that concludes today's explore. But don't leave me, don't leave me. There's a part 2 tomorrow. Today, I'm going to head back to the railway station, get all my gear back, and then tomorrow, going to head down the River Don, and hopefully take the dinghy, paddle up the Don, and enter the Sheaf outlet, which will bring me up into Megatron. I should be able to get up to the weir where we got to today, and then we'll take it from there. Might try and get up the weir, might just photograph it, I don't know yet. But yeah, some right adrenaline flowing going down there. I think my heart rate's just about returned to normal now. But yeah, what a day, fantastic. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching this bit, and I'll see you on part 2 tomorrow. See you then. Hi again, day 2 of this explore. I'm actually down on the Blanc Street Bridge over the River Don. Probably over my shoulder you can see the outlet. That's the River Sheaf outlet, or the entry to Megatron. Very steep here, so I can't get down into the river. So the plan is to walk down the River Don a little way, get the dinghy inflated, and then I'm hoping to paddle up the Don and enter the outlet behind me. We'll then try and make our way up to the weir where we were yesterday. Take it from there. If I can climb up the weir, I will. So I'll show you a better picture of the outlet now. That's looking down on the Don itself. You can see it looks quite deep. And over there, that's the entrance to Megatron. So that's where we're aiming to paddle up. Well, I got into the River Don just below the bridge, but the water's so shallow I'm having to carry the dinghy. I can't paddle. Do you ever get the feeling people are watching you? That's Blanc Street Bridge ahead. So once we get under there, we should be able to launch the dinghy and paddle across the Don. Right, that's the dinghy all pumped up. We're all ready to go. Getting the hang of this paddling now. This is the main flow of the River Don, and I've got to get across that. Just tested it with my paddle, and it's over 5 foot deep. I reckon it could be 6 to 7 foot deep. I couldn't reach the bottom at all. Just entering the outlet now. I can see the weir. Luckily in this entrance I've found it's a bit of dry land, so I can moor the boat there and get out onto some dry land. That's the weir ahead. It's now, you think, is this such a good idea? But we've come this far and I wanted to get up to the weir, so no going back now. Right, I'm approaching the weir now. Looks very steep and very slippy. If I shine my torch up there, I can see where I got to yesterday. Right, I've just been paddling round this area in front of the weir, at the bottom of the weir, and I found this big concrete patch in the roof. It's about 5 foot in diameter. You should just be able to make it out on the right hand side of the picture. That's actually a closer view. Now if you look closely below it, you can see big chunks of brick missing, and I would say the shrapnel damage. That is. And if we look here, this is the other side. you can see more obvious shrapnel damage in the brick and stonework. That can only be from a World War II bomb, I reckon. I'll just show you a piece of map I found on the internet. It actually shows the location of where all the German bombs fell when they were dropped in the Blitz. That was 1940, December the 12th and the 15th. I've sort of blown this area up near where we are. As you can see, it shows a bomb right at the Sheaf outlet into the Don. That's precisely where we are. So I reckon that concrete patch is where a World War II bomb came through the roof and exploded in the river. That's my theory anyway. If anybody's got any other thoughts on it, I'd love for you to let me know. Out of interest, I'll show you this old 1896 insurance map of the River Sheaf outlet. This shows you what the area looked like in the late 1800s when the river was open. I think it was just after that, around 1900, when they put the parabolic reinforced concrete roof over the river as it is now. Hi again. We're back on Blanc Street Bridge over the River Don. You've just seen one of Sheffield's underground wonders that very few people get to see. There's very few people that I know of have ventured down into the deep part of Megatron. Now, Sheffield City Council, under its Returning the Rivers to the City scheme, have plans to open part of the River Sheaf up, and I believe it is this parabolic concrete roof. They're going to remove that section and make a bit of a park if they can get the money for it. So hopefully this will leave a photographic record of what it's looked like for the last 100 years. I hope you found it interesting, and thanks for watching. What I'm going to do now is leave you a selection of photographs. I've explored Megatron probably about, I don't know, 10 times now, and I've got various photographs. So I'll leave you a selection of photographs to look at, put a bit of music to it, like I did on my previous Megatron video. And all I can say again is thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. See you then.